wonderfully well. So nice to hear your voice.
Ah, it's so nice to see you. How are you today?
I'm doing wonderfully well. You got to tell me a little bit more about what you're doing and all the wonderful things and adventures of life.
Oh, adventures of life. Wow. I think if you remember my LinkedIn message from about a month ago, I was kind of in this office job, and yeah, I gave in my resignation because I
Yeah,
thought, well, I can't do this anymore because I'm kind of slowly dying every
yeah,
day being there.
exactly.
So it was kind of a bit of a risk, but because I've come from a media background and I used to do a lot
Yeah,
of radio presenting,
yeah.
and all that kind of stuff, I thought, do you know what, I need to get back into it. I'm kind of getting wasted just working in an
Love,
office.
absolutely love it, Veena. Yesterday I was speaking at the Vodafone thing and I was telling people the biggest risk you take in life is not do something.
Yeah,
The thing that stops most people from becoming successful is just two simple things. One is they just don't have a power to dream and power to imagine.
yeah,
And the second thing is fear of failure, right? And to
exactly.
me, entrepreneurs never take any risk. If you think about it in life, I would rather be the idiot than to work for an idiot.
That's a good way of putting it. No, it's so true what you say, though. I think so many people are scared of, well, to be honest, I was scared of taking a risk. It took me a long time to leave my job, but it's the whole thing of money security but sometimes at the end of the day, you have to follow um,
And there
what
is
your
no
heart's
risk.
saying.
Honestly, there is just no risk because I can tell you that the day you cut the umbilical cord, you become extremely creative and extremely resourceful. And for some reasons, I find that the whole universe, all the pieces of the puzzle starts to fall in place once you cut the umbilical cord. Until you do that, you wonder if it is going to happen, this is going to happen. Everything just happens.
So true, and I'm loving this. I haven't even well, I've started recording this already, so I'm actually going to put all of this into the edit. But for
Uh-uh.
people who are joining us, wasn't supposed to go like this. We're just randomly talking already without me introducing who you are. So thank you for watching and listening to VinaV.com. As you can already see, I've got a fantastic guy with me on the show today. He's an entrepreneur. He's the founder of loads of different companies. You were ranked by Forbes, weren't you, as one of the 400 richest Americans a few years ago as well. You won Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year. And the thing I love about you the most, Naveen, is that you're really successful, but you can see that you're still so passionate about helping people, and you just seem like a really genuine guy. So please welcome to the show, billionaire Naveen John.
Oh my God.
Yay!
Oh my God.
Now,
Oh,
we have got, like, I could talk to you about so much stuff. I've read about you so much. I've seen documentaries on you. I've watched so many of your YouTube videos. But you kind of already started this whole conversation of where I want it to go. I want to talk to you about your mindset,
sure.
how kind of other people can get into your mindset as well. So I wanted to start with a really basic kind of question.
Sure.
What has been your routine? Like, if you're, what is it, about 11 o'clock there in the morning?
Yes, it's about actually, yeah, 11 o'clock, yeah. So, in some sense, if you think about it, let me just go step back for a second and say what makes an entrepreneur an entrepreneur. To me, it's really about a mindset of problem solving, wanting to go out and do something. So there are, many different types of people in the world. People who always think about, oh my God, why doesn't someone do something about it? So they drive by the pothole, they drive by the things, and they always say, oh my God, this is broken, this is happening. Why doesn't someone do something about it?
Yeah.
As opposed to asking that question, you should be asking, what can I do about it? Right?
Yeah.
As opposed to coming up with a solution. Oh, everybody's pontificating in every party. Oh, I think that this party should be doing this, and this person should be doing this, and Bill Gates should be doing it, Richard Branson should be doing this. You know what, just go out and do it, right? So to me,
Do
it's about
it!
just do it, right? And to me, it's really an entrepreneur is someone who just goes out and does it, right? So in some sense, the mindset of an entrepreneur is mindset of a problem solver, right?
Yeah.
So if you think about a problem, and it doesn't have to be your brilliant idea. It could be someone else's idea. In fact, a lot of the people get really scared if they're trying to do something and there is someone else already doing it, or there are 4 or 5 people already doing it. They get so scared. Oh my God, this is just something that this person does and this person does. To me, the more people are doing it, that means there is a market for it. It means you're not the only one who thinks there is a market for it. There is, in fact, a market for it. And all you have to do is to out execute them. So, entrepreneurs are all about great execution, not great ideas. Ideas can be anyone's idea. If you execute well, you win.
That's so true. But what would you say to the people about in terms of fear? Because I think, like you said, so many people always go, oh yeah, Richard Branson can do that. Naveen John, he can invent something. What would you say to the people that have really good ideas, but some people are too scared to take that step because it's the unknown? Are they going to be successful? I mean, what would you say to them in kind of taking that first step?
So the first thing is, I mean, remember, I am that guy. I came to United States with absolutely nothing, with $5 in my pocket. So I think what happens is when you have not just, it's not the brilliant idea, it is that passion. And if you are really passionate, and not just passionate, you're so obsessed that you can't sleep, you can't wake up without thinking about what you should be doing, right? When you become absolutely obsessed with something, I can assure you there are going to be at least a dozen people who will believe in you or want to help you and make it happen what you want to do. So I think the reason people are scared is because they don't believe in themselves. The idea that they have, they superficially or logically believe in it, but they don't intuitively, emotionally are invested in that. The minute you become so obsessed with what you're trying to do, I can tell you that getting money is the easiest part, because people want to associate themselves with successful people. So if they see absolutely passionate and obsessed guy, they know this person is going to, at the end of the day, is going to die trying, and this is not going to fail. They will pivot, they will change, they will do what needs to be done until they get the right mix. So it's not that, the people who are smart know that it's not the initial idea. It is the person who makes it happen. And if they are so passionate, so obsessed, they are going to change whatever needs to be done. They will morph, they will pivot, and they will get to the right product and a service that people would buy. So to me, the reason people are fearful is because they don't believe in themselves. They don't intuitively are absolutely immersed into it.
I think that's so true. And I think that's kind of probably like the elements to success, isn't it? Kind of being passionate, confident, believing in yourself, and also working very hard indeed, which I'm sure you know lots about.
Yes, and so I think I just said it's more than passion. It has to be the obsession, right? That means you can't sleep. You wake up in the night thinking about it. You wake up in the morning and all you want to do is pursue that thing, right? So more than a passion, it has to be an obsession. And also, a lot of the times the companies die because they don't worry about the details. For an entrepreneur, every single detail is the most important thing you do, because every small detail can kill you, right? So having that thing and just, enjoying the journey, because a lot of the times people focus so much on the end goal rather than enjoying the journey. Entrepreneurship is not a goal or a destination. It is a long, hard journey. And you have to enjoy every milestone. The day you make your first dollar, you go out and celebrate. They make you the $100, you celebrate. The day you make $1 million, you celebrate. And you celebrate every milestone, because if you're not enjoying the journey, sometimes you reach the destination and you look back and say, it just wasn't worth it. So why not just enjoy it? Irrespective of where you end up, you're just having fun.
So it's all about enjoying life. Do you know, Naveen, I'm listening to you and I'm thinking you need to put all of these quotes into a book.
Oh, there you have it.
It'll be a bestseller, this. You really need to do it.
Why don't you go ahead and write a book? Oh, that's a lovely man. Who's the lovely boy there?
That's my son. But he's supposed to be in the bath, aren't you? Go back upstairs.
The lovely boy is about 6 years old.
He is going to be 5 next week.
Oh, I missed
Oh,
it.
you're so close. Go upstairs. How can people, what are some quick things that people can implement into their daily lives to kind of be more productive? Because I don't know about you, but I talk to a lot of people and they're like, oh, I'm not achieving my dreams, or blah blah blah, and I'm like, well,
Sure.
what do you do in the evenings? And they're like, oh, I'm so busy. What do you do? Oh, well,
Sure.
they watch TV for like
Sure.
5 hours a day.
Agree.
So obviously they're not being productive. What would you say to people like that to kind of build in little things throughout their day to be just more productive, really?
So I think it starts with the morning. I really believe that the minute you wake up, that really decides how your day is going to go. When you wake up in the morning, if you really feel that you want to be happy that day, there are millions of reasons you can think why your life is just so wonderful, you should be happy. And if you decide, oh my God, my life really sucks, and I want happy, you can find hundreds of reasons why you should be unhappy, right? So I think you wake up in the morning and say, you're going to take the life by the horn and you're going to go out and make things happen. And you're not going to take no for an answer, and you're going to go out and walk through the wall. If that's all you have to do, you're just not going to let anything stop you from achieving your dreams. And once you get that mindset that there's nothing that matters in life other than achieving what you set out to do, then I think you succeed. And I was thinking was that unless the person is absolutely convinced that what they're trying to do is worthwhile in their life, that means they are so obsessed with that. The reason people watch TV at the end of the day and they think they are busy is because they're just not convinced that the thing they're trying to do is worthwhile doing, right? Because if they are absolutely convinced, they will be every minute of their life, they'll be thinking about it, they'll be finding who can help them make it happen. And if you try enough, as I said, everything starts to fall in place. You will meet people because you will be at the right place. You will find people to connect with because that's all you're thinking about. People will connect you to people that you want. I mean, at the end of the day, I just feel things just happen. I mean, imagine you and I are talking. What is the chance of that happening unless you took action, right?
Oh my God, this is so true. This is what I want to tell everyone. If you don't ask, you never get. I just sent you a request on email just saying, oh, could you answer a few questions for my blog? Not thinking like you'd ever respond to me. And and here we are now. So like you said, you've got to take action and
Yes.
I always say, if you don't ask, you'll never know.
The way I look at life is that, it's not that I am smart. It is God has been amazingly kind to us. And when with that kindness comes the same type of obligations that you go out, because there are millions of people who helped me become who I am. And that means it's my responsibility to go out and help tens of millions of people to help them achieve their dreams, because people who helped me don't need my help anymore. And the only way I can pay back the debt to the society is to help as many people as I can. And that becomes part of your journey, part of your goal in life. And to me, success is never about how much money you have in the bank. Success is always about how many people's life you've been able to impact positively. And the sure sign of success that you really know when you become successful is the day you become humble. Because if you still have an iota of arrogance left in you, that means you're trying to prove something to yourself or someone else. That means you're still not successful. The day you become successful, then you don't have to prove anyone. You don't have to say, you know who I am?
Do you not know who I am? Well,
Exactly.
you would have known who I was, Naveen, but you don't know who I am. How do you stay motivated when you've achieved, different dreams you've had, different goals? When you're kind of sitting at home, I don't know if you ever do that, just randomly sit still, but if you ever do, how do you stay motivated to kind of keep on going, keep on working every day when you probably don't really need to do that?
Well, so in some sense, that the fact you think I'm working is really is a change of mindset, right? So to me, I am retired. So when do you retire? When you retire, you only do things that you want to do, right? So to me, I start companies. I go out and work 18-hour days, so-called work, it's because that's what I enjoy doing. So it's not that I'm working. This is what I would do if I had nothing else to do. I would do this.
Wow. But I think this is amazing though, because you're right, this is the mindset people need to have rather than coming home or being at home tired from
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
Well, no, we shouldn't really be tired if we are doing work because it'll be
Yeah.
what we're passionate about. So
And I think that's another thing is that everyone talks about this balance between the personal life and a work life. And I think the minute you ask for something to be balanced, that means you have already concluded that those two things are in some sense in conflict, because you can't balance, you only try to balance because you believe you can't have both, right? So to me, the personal life and professional life really is a continuum. It is a part of life. When you are at work, it doesn't mean that I forget about our children, my wife, or everything else. It's all part of the things you bring to. So whatever you're doing, everything is always together. There are some hours you spend more time on one and some hours you spend more time on other, but it's never a balance. You're trying to draw a balance. And I really think as a parent, the thing that you believe are the good for children tend to be actually really bad for children. So imagine if you are very successful and you say, I want to spend a lot of time with my children. So let's assume after my first company, I decided that I want to spend, my children are young, I'm going to spend time with them. I'm going to actually not do anything, not start a company, I'm going to stay at home. Now imagine what happens. Our children are going to come home from school. They're going to see the dad sit on the sofa and watch TV. They're going to grow up and say what? I want to be just like my dad, sit on the sofa and watch TV. Right?
That was right on cue. We're talking about personal and work life, and then you come in.
Can
Yes,
you get
Akil.
me a block of cheese?
Okay, go in your room. 2 more minutes, and then we'll put you to bed. Okay?
But I want
That was
cheese.
couldn't have cued. I'm coming, Bubba. Look, Mummy's doing work, aren't I? Okay, Akil. Right, we finally, quickly, before my son, does something to me, I've got some quick questions from our listeners of VinaV.com. Jazz in Berkshire asks, how do you have so much energy to fit in all the things you do on a daily basis?
Oh, I think I just enjoy life to the fullest. And I really believe that every minute, if I'm not doing something, I am wasting my life. So I just find myself to be so obsessed with what I'm doing. And I think the more, the better.
That's great, and I think that's the key, isn't it? I can just tell from watching you on a screen that you just love life and you're just happy from everything, which is great. Carl from Middlesex asks, how does it feel when you know you can buy anything, anytime, anywhere?
Well, first of all, Middlesex, that seems like a really weird name. Is there something like a side sex or something?
You should come and visit it. It's a great place here in the UK. Hello, everyone in Middlesex. We love you. I love how that name in the UK has made you laugh like that.
I still remember when I was young, and I thought I saw one of my friends sold a company, and he made $100,000, and I thought at that time, oh my God, what if in my life, if I had $100,000, I would never have to work for a living. My life will change. And I got, he owns a Rolex watch. What if I could buy a Rolex watch someday? And the day came when I could buy, and I had no desire to buy one. It doesn't matter. So I wear no watch. It's just because I don't need to wear a watch. I carry a cell phone.
Exactly. It's so true, though. I think everyone's kind of so obsessed with having material things that's what people measure you on. But it's only maybe recently, over the past year, I now myself think, do you know what? I just want to be happy. I want to have a good son who doesn't annoy me when I'm trying to work. And just the simple things in life. We've got one more question here. Gavin from Hull says, how do you approach new clients for business?
I think that's really easy. Approach them on a personal basis, looking for and asking for advice. I have rarely seen a person reply when you say, I really need your help or I need your advice. Somebody's going to say, you know what, screw off, I don't have time for you. Right? So I think really approaching someone about asking for help or advice, very rarely you will get a no for an answer. And secondly, when you're going out and trying to sell something, don't try to focus on selling the product or a service. Try to let them feel that how much it means to you what you're doing, and you sell yourself and you sell your vision rather than a product. Because if you're selling a product, they can always come back. Your competitors have these 10 features. You have these 7 features. What about this? What about that? But if they start to believe in you, they will find a way to buy the things from you. They will work with you because they like you. So I think always remember, people do business with people. It's not the companies who do business with companies. So be yourself, believe in yourself, and let them believe in you. And irrespective of what you're selling, they'll buy it from you.
given such great advice, Naveen. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Finally,
Tina.
before you go, I know you've given such great advice, but what would be your kind of one golden piece of advice to someone sat there at home right now thinking, oh, they don't know what to do, they've got all these dreams, all these ambitions. Like, what would you say to them to kind of keep on going? Because I think everyone's been in that situation where, and some people do it, they do actually give up. So how would you deter someone from not giving up? Kind of what
So
would
I
be
can
your
give you,
advice?
instead of one, I'm going to give you one bonus. I'm going to give you two advice. So number one advice is stop dreaming and just do it, right? And the second thing is the only time you fail in life is the day you give up. If you have not given up, you have never failed. So just don't give up.
Oh, that's great. We're going to remember those. I'm going to implement that as well. Oh, thank you so much, Naveen,
Thank
for
you,
talking
Tina.
to us
You'll be
today.
good. Okay, take care. Bye bye.